Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. So the Washington Commanders just made their first signing of the day, and that is re-signing one of their own fan favorite, Tress Way, to a one-year deal. So he's gonna be back for another year for the Washington Commanders. A great move by this franchise. Not a surprising move, so it'll be a quick video, but a move that they had to make. A guy that's been, I believe this is gonna be his 12th year with the organization, and he's still playing at a high level. A great culture guy. I mean, he's a great guy in general. A lot of the teammates love him, and the fan base loves him. He gave up 5 for JD5, and just started out the Jaden Daniels era on a high, on a happy note, instead of maybe making some unnecessary drama where he's like, you know what, I'm gonna make you pay $100K or whatever. He just gave him the jersey and was like, you know what, down the line, bring me to an LSU Oklahoma game with my family. But besides the point, that is the move of the day so far. It is early, at least where y'all are at in DC, East Coast time. It's early right now. Here it's a little bit late, so I'll keep you guys updated for the rest of the day. But yeah, Tress Way is back. Another hole that the Commanders had that they filled. So Tress Way, Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner, all back. Dante Fowler was talking a little on Twitter, saying like the disrespect's got to stop, something like that. And then Dyami Brown quote tweeted that. So something to watch out there. I don't want really either of them back. Dyami's fine, but I think he's gonna get paid a decent amount, and I wouldn't pay him that. And then Dante Fowler, he's decent, and he definitely played better than the amount of money we gave him last year. But still, I'm not paying him what he's gonna get paid. Or at least I wouldn't pay him what he's going to get paid, and he's going to get paid, double-digit, money, which is more than I think, the Commanders should be paying, and they can go after someone else like Khalil Mack at that point. Just pay a little bit more for Khalil Mack and get him for a 1 or 2 year deal. There's some other guys as well. Some free agents, though, did get signed yesterday. Harold Landry got signed, so a guy that, some people, myself included, were, linking to the Commanders. He is gone. Morgan Moses, the Commanders are, interested in him, made a video about that, so go ahead and check that out. Went into more detail on that one, but Diana Russini reported that. She also reported the Commanders are, interested in trading for Trey Hendrickson, one of the top teams. She's like, that's like the only team she mentioned that is super interested in him. So, or maybe not even super interested, but she just mentioned them and no one else. So I'm assuming that means they probably have the most, the best chance to get him, or the most interest in getting him. And then I'm trying to think of any other things that are happening today. Obviously this stuff starts to happen at 12 p.m. Eastern time, so we'll be in a few hours, a little bit more than that. Should be exciting. See what the Commanders go ahead and do in free agency. I would expect some signings today, and honestly some signings every day for the next week or so, because they have a bunch of roster spots to fill out, and it is going to take a minute. So maybe today there'll be one kind of big name, like a Frankie Louvu type signing from last year is what I'm thinking today, or a Tyler Biadasz. Like on the first day, they had a few of those, Dorrance Armstrong, but there's a bunch of different guys that they could go after. I think edge is a priority. If you can get a guy like Khalil Mack or Trey Hendrickson, if you trade for him, for me, that counts as free agency, because you're paying him a lot of money, probably around $30 million a year, especially after what Garrett got, and you're going to have to give up some draft compensation. But at least it looks like it's not a day 1 pick. You're going to have to give up like a day 2 pick, maybe a little bit more with that second round pick or something. So, not a lot that you're going to have to give up for him, but definitely not nothing. So something to watch out for, but that would be one of my top targets. I'd probably rather go Khalil Mack for the price, because it's also be a short-term deal. But Trey Hendrickson, if you can get him for a reasonable trade compensation, I would say go ahead and do it, and don't look back. You give up maybe a 2026 draft pick, so you still have some of your picks this year, and go from there. And then, like I said, the Dante Fowler and Dyami stuff doesn't really move me. I would have already been surprised if either of those guys were back. I would probably say there's a more higher chance Dyami comes back, just because they have 3 receivers under contract. But at the same time, Dyami is going to get a decent amount of money somewhere, I believe. So like 10-ish million is what my guess is. Some team's gonna, bank on that talent he has and the big playability, and they're going to give it to him. And I don't think the Commanders should pay $10 million when they brought in Zacchaeus, when they brought in, Noah Brown for barely anything, and those guys outproduced Dyami Brown. Maybe not in the playoffs, but overall they outproduced him. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll keep y'all updated. Peace.